friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and today I'm filming the Howzat Tag. I was tagged by Talia Nerds Out. She did this with her mom, which is Marlicia's Meanderings, is her mom's channel. And the creator of the tag is Gavin from Genre Books. So I don't know anything about cricket, but it's so fun that someone that does created a tag using prompts that people that know cricket can relate to. So, but I'm gonna have fun with it. The first prompt is opening batsman, a writer who builds a solid opening of the book or just a great first line. And it's so funny, as I was doing this, I was writing down my answers to questions if I knew them right away, even before I heard Talia or Marlicia answer them. And Talia was kind of talking about how it was a little bit like cheating probably to use Dickens, because that's probably the first thing that comes to everyone's mind. But that's really who comes to my mind is Dickens. I mean, Dickens knows how to do that first opening, just grabby line, but he's also good with the final clincher at the end of each chapter. And a lot of the reason this may be is because he was serialized. We had to get so good at it. But yeah, he's who came to mind. And then number 2, opening partner, a writer who built a relationship over time. And so I wrote this down before Talia spoke to, but she said Agatha Christie, and that's who I would say too, because I haven't read all of her work, but I started with Agatha when I was a kid. I started reading her probably middle school, high school age, and have enjoyed her all these years. But I would also say, of course, Jane Austen I started with, when I was pretty young. Could say the Bronte sisters too, because I started with them when I was young, and feel like I still have a relationship. So the next question, number 3, first change. Imagine you have finished a book you did not enjoy or DNF a book. Who's the dependable author you will turn to who won't let you down? I would say I would maybe reach for some Christian nonfiction, do Charles Spurgeon. I might do J.K. Rowling and do a little Harry Potter if like I'm just really shattered from reading something and I need, some comfort read. But also Ellen Montgomery, I might go to an Anne book or the Blue Castle or something like that, just because I know that, if the author, had a new book, of course 2 of these options are not gonna happen. I would read the new book too, but I think going back to the comforting read of knowing those authors comfort you is good too, but I think this could be taken if they have a new book out, which that you could trust to read it and be successful at it. I think you could take it that way too. All right, number 4, middle order. What are the last 3 books you've read that you were to mark them out of 5 would get a definite 3? Now, I do not usually give star ratings to my books, so I'm just doing what I kind of thought was a fair to middling type book. The first would be A Simple Christmas Wish by Melody Carlson. This was a sweet Christmas story where an aunt is watching her niece while the parents are on vacation and they pass away, and it turns out that she's not actually listed as the guardian of the will and Amish relatives are. And so it was fine. Some of the writing was a little stilted to me, so it was just like, okay. Melody Carlson is always either a big hit or a big miss for me. And then the Christmas Appeal by Janet Hallett, or is it Janice Hallett? I'll put the right name in the comments. This is a little short novella type sequel to the Appeal that I read for Epistolary January at the very beginning of January when we were still in the 12 days of Christmas. It just didn't grab my attention as much as the Appeal did. It's all written in email or text. And then Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. I just finished this now. This is not a badly written book at all. This is about Agnes, who was the last young lady to be receive the death penalty on Iceland, and she was convicted of murder, and they did describe what happened when the person was murdered from the fictional point of view, and it just made me ill. And just the thought that Agnes was knowing the whole book that Agnes was going to die, it was a little too gritty for me. I did okay with it because a lot of times I don't really like stream of consciousness, and a lot of this was stream of consciousness, and I thought that the stream of consciousness, like talking and telling her story, was done pretty well, and it held my attention. It was not a book probably for me. All right, so next we've got Wicket Keeper, and Wicket Keeper is tell us about a strong or eccentric character, and the first, many came to mind, but the first main one that came to mind was Sherlock Holmes, because he is so strong and eccentric as a character, so smart, so intelligent, so outspoken, so full of pride, and you know, doing some cocaine in his books. Because I guess that was okie dokie to do that back then. All right, all-rounder, a writer who you think is excellent in multiple genres, and I'm going to say Ray Bradbury for this. He can go from dystopian to, like in Fahrenheit 451, to Dandelion Wine, which is a coming of age with magical realism. Something Wicked This Way Comes has some horror, but I have not read his sci-fi yet, but I've heard that like the Martian Chronicles is amazing. So just so much just depth and ability to pivot with his writing. All right, 8, Fast Bowler. Tell us about a writer where you rate their short stories above their novels. And I had a hard time with this because I could not think of anyone. I mean, I love Dostoevsky, and I love his short stories as much as I love his novels, but there aren't any that I can think of that I like more. A lot of times I do actually like the novels better than the short stories, so I'm sure there may be someone that I'm just not thinking of right now. I will to be determined in the future, I would say, for that one. Number 9, Chin Music, a book with a brutal or visceral scene that left scars. I would say that Red Rising by Pierce Brown there's a scene in the beginning that is kind of the catalyst for the main character's motivation that I was like, oh, but good book. I need to read the sequels. And then we've got 12th Man, Refreshments Suggest a Palate Cleanser of a Book. I always think that cozy mysteries work so well as palate cleansers for myself personally. So my favorite series of cozy mysteries are the Seaside Cafe ones by Bree Baker, who is also Julie Ann Lindsay, also Jacqueline Frost. Also, she has another name that she writes romance under. So I would say the first one in that series, Live and Let Chai, would be a great palate cleanser. And I'm going to try to see if I can do a research on who has not already been tagged in this. I'll be right back. I am going to tag Just Book Girl TV, Reading in Darkness, and Candlewood Library. Thanks for watching, you guys. Read a lot. Bye-bye.